Coming up next on Parents Corner, we're going to focus on PTAs. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Parents Corner. Today, our special guest is Vanessa Rivera. Hi, Vanessa. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me today.
Well, we're so happy to have you. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, sort of introduce yourself and what is it that you do?
I am with Anne Arundel County Council of PTAs. I am the current president. I started getting involved in PTAs when I moved to the area. We are military, and because we move around so much, I wanted to get involved in the schools and really know what my child was doing. And like I said, military, it's hard because you're always learning the school systems, you're always learning about the testing requirements, you're learning, you're always in a state of flux. Mm-hmm. And I learned about the PTA, and I said, well, this is something that I really want to get involved in. I want to be able to have a first view of what my child is doing, and I want to advocate for him. And once it became about him, for me, it was a bigger picture. It was not just about him, it was about all the other children involved. And I really became passionate about education, advocacy, and it was so exciting just to see that. And I got involved in my local school, and then I got involved in the council, and here I am today.
Oh, wow. So how many years has it been?
We have been in this area for 5 years, but I actually started in Virginia when we were there, and my son started kindergarten. He is in middle school now, so.
Oh,
it's been a while.
Awesome. Well, we're so happy that you got involved. So in terms of years, a lot of people don't know, and I don't myself, what is the history of the PTA? How did it begin? Not just the PTA in Anne Arundel County, but just in general.
So PTA is actually an organization that dates over 100 years old. It was founded in 1897 by Alice McEllen Burney and Phoebe Apperson Hartz. Back in the day, it's actually known as the National Congress of Mothers. The vision was back then the same as it is today, which is to be a powerful voice for all children, a strong advocacy for public education, and empowering families and communities. Today's PTA is composed of millions of networks around the area, and it is with students, families, administrators, teachers, and the purpose again is just to build strong communities and partnerships in education.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then I heard about something called Founders Day. Can you tell me what is that about?
So Founders Day is actually a very fun event. We take time to recognize our volunteers and all their hard work and dedication. And it's also a time of reflection just to see how far we've come and all the hard work we've put in, but also to recommit and dedicate to what our values and our vision is. Okay. So again, it's that fun time where we say, oh, look at all the hard work we've done, and really recognize the hard work of all our volunteers. So for us, we host an event, and we usually give out awards. We let the local units actually nominate the strong work of their volunteers, and we recognize that.
Oh,
but
wow.
It's also, like I said, a time of a celebration, but also dedication and reflection. Say, okay, this is what we accomplished this year, but this is where we want to be. Mm-hmm. And really dedicate those efforts into, okay, we see the future and where we want to go.
On that note, so you said you see the future and where you want to go. So for this year, because this is a big year for you in terms of leadership, is there something that you really feel passionate about and you want to address this year, or that you want to get to?
I just want to increase parent involvement, and culturally, like, get everybody involved. When we think of PTAs, I wanted to cross barriers, diversity. We throw that word around a lot, but what does diversity look like? So I want to get involved. For me, like diversity, I consider myself very diverse. I'm a mom. I was a military veteran. I'm also a military spouse. I am a Hispanic, but diversity comes from all sorts. So I want to get those parents involved. I want to get those parents in the school. So that, as a Anne Arundel County Council PTA president, that is my goal. Let's go out there and get those individuals who normally would not be involved in the school and get them in the school. Let's get them to be part of, their child's education, get them to partner with the teachers and with educators, and whatever their abilities and talents are, let's use those talents to further education and let them become empowered individuals, and push education to a whole different level where we could be,
right,
empower
right.
them.
Yeah, yeah, it fits nice with our new strategic plan.
Absolutely.
Really. Yeah, yeah. So what would you say to people that just say, oh, I think at the back to school night they had something about PTA, but I don't have time for that, or whatever. What would you say to people that maybe just, I suppose what I'm saying is,
what should I join the PTA?
Why? What's
right.
the reason?
So we hear that a lot from a lot of parents. Why should I join the PTA? When people think of PTAs, they think of bake sales, or they think of money. Oh, they're trying to get money for a membership and stuff like that. But when I try to talk to people on an everyday basis, I say, well, PTA, yes, they raise money, they collect membership dues, but really all that money goes back into the school and it goes to the students. We use those membership fees to support the initiatives that the school wants. Normally we go into the schools and we talk to the principals and educators and we say, what is your big push? What do you need from us? And the principal will say, well, we need technology, we need a new playground, we need reading classrooms. And so the PTA will collect those dues and help with the school, because the budgets are decreasing. We're trying to scramble to bring money into the schools. So this is where PTA steps in. And so that money will help with cultural assemblies, will help build those playgrounds that are now being condemned because they're so old, will help with new Chromebooks, so that we have enough Chromebooks in the hand of kids who need it, because we have 40-something kids in the classroom. Not everybody can have a Chromebook in hand. So we supplement those budgets. And why should you join the PTA? If you know what's going on in the schools, and you know the issues affecting your school, I think as a parent, it empowers you, it gives you a voice, and it gives you purpose. So if you're there firsthand and you know what's happening, then you have a solution. It empowers you to really go out there and say, I know what the problem is, I want to be part of the solution. So that's why you should join the PTA.
I love that, Vanessa, that's awesome. There are PTAs and then there are PTOs, and I know sometimes there's a confusion about the difference. Can you just give us a
Absolutely. So the main piece I would say is advocacy. So before I get into that part, some PTAs are a 501c3. People are like, what is that? So it's a nonprofit. Some PTOs can be a nonprofit, but the big pushes for us is we're nonprofit. So we work to provide services. So we're not in it to collect the money. So yes, when I talked about that piece where yes, we do collect fees, but all that money goes back into the students and the schools. So we're not like any business, we're just here to take your money and that's all we want to do. The other part of it is we provide insurances. So all the local units in Anne Arundel County Council PTAs who are PTAs, we provide that insurance piece for them. And the piece that I talked about, advocacy, is this. So PTOs, they have control or power, and they can advocate within their school.
Right.
So if there's an issue in their school, they're able to kind of advocate for their schools themselves. Where PTAs, because of the large network that I talked about and those units that they have power. We're able to go and make decisions on legislation because we're such a large group. So that advocacy is such a big part. You talk about, we want sidewalks for the kids. We are having issues with school buses. We are having issues with teachers, the teacher salaries and stuff like that. We have that big advocacy because we are so large in numbers.
So one of the things that I heard the PTA was involved in is this Reflections program. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Most people probably don't know.
Absolutely. So each year, thousands of students are able to submit works of arts in various categories. The categories are dance. I want to make sure I get all of them. There's a lot. So it's dance, music, visual arts, photography, film, and literature. So it's a really cool program because it allows kids to express their feelings, thoughts, and ideas in an artistic way. This year's theme is Heroes Around Me. And I think it's really cool because of the area that we're in. When you think of heroes, I think of military because of my husband, but really you have educators, fire department, the opportunities and the ways to express that are endless. I think last year's theme was Within Reach, and I was able to go to convention, and there was actually a really neat story that I saw. There was this, I believe he was in first grade, and he used a popular song that was out. It was Despacito, and it was a Daddy Yankee song, and Luis Fonsi, I think. And he used a remix of that song it was in various languages, and he used a dance. He used a choreography piece, and he used it for his culture. And one of the big pushes that I talked to you about was diversity. So I thought it was so neat how he used that piece, and he talked about diversity in his culture, and he used that remix of that song in so many languages, and he interpreted that piece in choreography. So it's a really cool thing to see.
So just in terms of, we just have a couple minutes left, but what is your role, and what sort of has surprised you or not surprised you, or something, sort of the best part of the job? How's it been?
It's been great. It's been a learning experience, but also it's been really exciting. As county level, we actually provide a lot of support for our local units. So whether it be in leadership or financially, a lot of the units come and we train the new officers. Oh, okay. We also provide financial audits for them. So if they come and they want us to review their books, we can help with that. Over the summer, we provided leadership training for all the new incoming officers. And we also provided treasurers training for all those treasurers taking in, and sometimes they feel overwhelmed because they have no idea. They're like, what did I just get myself into? We also provide training on, issues that are going on in the school. So with the new strategic plan coming in, we had Dr. McMahon come in and say, this is what it is, this is what it means, this is what is going on. We also had a Q&A with Dr. Arlotto where he explained the bus transportation was a big issue. So he came and talked about and educated our PTAs and our parents on it, also about the fingerprint processes happening with volunteers.
So I think you hit the nail on the head with the education piece.
Right, so we educate those parents, and they're able to take that to their schools and then pass that information to their parents. And that's how we as PTAs, and how as my role is the education part. We educate them, and they're able to take that to their schools and help.
Wow, I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for educating us, actually.
Well, thank you for having me.
You did a great job of that.
Thank you.
So, anyway, always good to see you. And thank you for joining us on Parents Corner. Until next time.
Today I come to you with exciting news about school meals. School meals offer students a healthy school breakfast and lunch. Every day, students are offered unlimited choices of fresh fruits and vegetables. Students are encouraged to select up to 2 cups of fresh produce each day at lunch from our unique salad bars. You may also monitor your child's school meals online at My Payments Plus. This is a convenient tool we offer to all parents to make managing your school meal accounts a simple process. To learn more about My Payments Plus, simply visit www.mypaymentsplus.com or call 877-237-0946. Each year, families have the ability to apply for free or reduced price meals. The application to apply is online. Parents, you may log on to applyformeals.aacps.org. The process is fast, easy, convenient, and it's accessible from any computer. Remember, if you received meal benefits last year, you must complete a new application each school year. Thank you for this opportunity to provide you this valuable information pertaining to school meals. School meals fuel your child's brain and body for academic excellence. If you have any questions regarding the healthy school meals offered, please contact me at 410-222-5900.
I'm Corporal Gamble with the Anne Arundel County Police. In regards to school safety, there are certain items that are not allowed in school. Weapons, anything that can be construed as a weapon, cannot be brought to school. Things like switchblades, knives, anything with a sharp point, fingernail files, guns of any sort cannot be brought to school. Also, illegal drugs, prescription drugs, unless they are issued by the health room, cannot be brought to school. Tobacco products of any sort, alcohol, anything of that nature is not something that you can have in school.